Of course, one of the pivotal players during these negotiations is the school superintendent himself, Dr. Jesus Jara. Brian Loftus is live in studio with Dr. Jara to talk about the process of reaching a deal.
Thanks for being here, Dr. Jara.
Thank you for having me, Brian.
Let's get right into it. We got a lot to unpack. We talked there in those stories about column advancement. Why was the answer no for so long, and then it became yes yesterday? What happened?
Well, you know what, we felt that we had legal footing on the contract that I was negotiated when I got here, and we felt that that we had a negotiated agreement that we both agreed to in August and approved in September of last year. And to me, that's in all fairness, that's what we felt strongly. But then, to be honest with you, the anxiety in the entire community and the anxiety of our children, that's when I said, with the Board of Trustees, we need to settle this deal and just so we can focus on our students.
So this settles the community, but the $15 to $20 million to meet the demands of the column advancement, where specifically does that money come from?
Well, you know what, let me and I'll start with as we continue to finalize our budget. Our budget will be final in November and submitted in December. So as my CFO has been saying publicly for the last few months, is that we have been trending positively. And that was when he, looked at and went back and continued to analyze and look at the budget and finalize to start moving forward. He felt comfortable and said, Superintendent, we can do this. Let's, honor the deal.
Why didn't we know that sooner?
Well, we have a 20-year-old antiquated system, and I think this was where the governor's frustration and my frustration in the state budget and how we publicly fund education. It's antiquated, and I think that goes back. It was our priority on the funding formula, so it's more transparent here in the state of Nevada.
In the press release yesterday, the column advancement money, it would come from interest earnings, frozen central office positions, and reallocating positions. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. And actually, that's where, trending positively. And prior to my arrival, previous superintendent had frozen positions. I maintained that practice as well in central office, and then also looking at every position that is available and appropriately transfer to state grants and federal funding. And that's where we're going to continue that practice. My chiefs have also been directed, we're not going to fill any positions unless it has an impact to students.
What about those frozen central office positions, though? How does that impact CCSD business? It has to have some impact.
Well, there is, but you know what? I've been very clear that we're going to prioritize our classrooms, we're going to prioritize our students, because one of the things that we need to be very clear as we move forward in the next legislative session, I need to address classroom size. And I think, when you have our largest class sizes in the country, that is, to me, the priority, because that's where our students, too many kids in classrooms and in our teacher working conditions, and that is to be the priority that we need to have.
Do you want to clarify what happened at that trustee meeting? There was, of course, very passionate teachers, a little bit of drama, trustees leaving with police presence. What exactly happened there?
Well, you know what? We adjourned to recess and just, calm the crowd. And then what happened was we received information that there was threats, and whether it was threats to the trustees or the audience. And I think that's when our police officer said, you know what, you need to adjourn this meeting.
And what do we do to avoid a future stalemate? In terms of the PGP, that's professional growth plan, those teachers out there watching that are getting their masters, those credential certificates, how do we make sure they are continued to pay for their efforts, but not in a situation where there's another potential strike?
Well, you know what, let me say this, and I think that was one of the things that, a lot of things were said, the school system doesn't believe in professional growth. That is actually very clear in our strategic plan in the Focus 2024. We really want to invest in our teachers, but now we have language in there, whatever that we end up coming up at the bargaining table is that we need to see investing in our people, but then we need to see our student outcomes. Whatever that is, in agreement with CCEA, together, I believe that we'll get to a place where we can see positive improvement in our student achievement.
15 seconds left. What do you want to say to the educators out there that are watching?
You know what? And I say, we need to build. We need to rebuild this entire community because our children are counting on us.
Okay. It's been quite a summer.
Yes, it has been.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Jara.
Thank you.
We will continue our coverage as the deal is finalized. That is on air and online at 8newsnow.com. Denise.